Hello everyone, welcome back to Trøndisk 2018.
Hello, I'm Daniel Herman. I'm a player for OSI here with Bravo.
Yep, still acting president of OSI.
And somewhat acting vice president of OSI over here.
Yeah. So we are going to watch the next game, which is Bergen Studentidrettslag 1, so their first team, BSI in short, versus Bamba from Gothenburg in Sweden.
It must have been quite a haul to come all the way from Gothenburg.
It's amazing, and they've been coming at least for 2-3 years now.
It's quite nice for these Norwegian Series tournaments to get a little bit of foreign blood here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We see a lot of international players, especially with the student teams, but it's really nice to see a proper team from a different country make the trip.
Yeah. So, what do you expect for this game?
I expect a lot of action. It should be really good. Bamba always plays nice quality ultimate. It's really fun to see, especially playing for a while here in Norway now. The same players coming all the way back, some familiar faces, and I expect to see a lot of hammers from Marcel, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So I would say that Bamba are probably a bit more of a mixed indoor-outdoor team. They do have an extensive outdoor season, while BSI is definitely Frisbee evolution has done its job to create some specialized indoor skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such as hammers, overheads. So who should we watch out for in the two teams, do you think?
Well, that's a good question. I know, like I said before, Marcel really likes to dish those deep into the end zone, and Jonathan Femstad likes to be there to catch them.
Yeah.
In the past, I've seen a lot of their offense work through those two individuals, but
Robert Sosak, really, really tall, athletic guy,
and
motivated until tip of his hair.
Lars Olav, the hammer will be out there as well, but I believe Johannes, yeah,
or Jens, as they call him,
or Jens,
Dutch player.
I've not seen him before this year, but
That's true. So I think what you will probably see is BSI, who actually field only have only 6 players on the entire team, which might be an issue later on in the game, but probably the playmakers are definitely Robert and Marcel.
Absolutely.
So Marcel, you see on the right-hand side here, number 27, number 13, Robert Sosak. And I think Bamba, on the other hand, are
they're fielding 10, it looks like.
10 players. So they might have an advantage if they manage to get BSI running and exhausted.
It looks like that short fellow is, my guess, Gustav. The tallest junior we have, they say. I had some more information on him. Nope, that's not him. That's Liam Fredrickson.
All right, here we go. First interception.
Wow,
early
right
in the
bat.
game, they are on.
Bamba's standing on the line.
Bamba, where do we have the...
All right.
So Andreas Holmgren with the interception there.
And Liam, who I was just speaking about, makes the first score.
That was BSI calling out for the sideline. Is there a sideline? Yeah, there's a one-person sideline over there. I can see it.
Screaming for the help of Lars. And here you can see this fantastic cut right onto the break side.
Ah, nice. There is a millimeter for improvement in that throw. I think it was just...
Yeah, that's brilliant.
All right, so how this works for the people who haven't seen so much Ultimate is each point starts off with a pull, which is this long, slow throw that initiates the game, and then the goal is to catch the disc in the opponent's end zone. All right.
Got some good defense there from
Marcel in the central position. Next interception.
Bala.
Interesting. BSI haven't really found the rhythm yet.
That's a good fake, looking for the reset.
That's a nice throw. Firm forehand there. They're gonna
taking the break throw over the top.
So what I would have expected would be BSI in the role of the favorites here, but they're 2-0 down after only 2 minutes.
That's a quick 2 breaks for La Bamba.
Right.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Also, I think it's interesting how you're saying the evolution of indoor ultimate, you know, really taking advantage of those high flows that drop, high throws that drop quickly. Yet La Bamba here does the exact same thing.
Yep.
Really take advantage of the fact that there's no wind.
He was
no
all
atmosphere.
by himself. There was some sort of miscommunication going on.
For some of you that may be confused with indoor ultimate, if you drop the pole like we just saw there, it is not a turnover.
Yeah, that is different than outdoor ultimate. However, we're indoors, obviously. So, and the next interception.
Again,
Wow.
right on the line.
They are on fire here. La Bamba taking their time to set it up. There is an end zone isolation going on. Woo! Okay, so what they did here is one of the, I think, oldest tricks in Ultimate is called an end zone isolation, which means that you're pulling everyone except one person. The offensive team in an end zone situation pulls everyone except one player out of the end zone, which makes it super easy. She lifts her arm and then she just needs that one, and that's a nice grab. This one short pass, because then it's really, you're forcing a one-on-one, and that is very, very hard to defend in the end zone.
I was just going to say, a one-on-one in the end zone is a nightmare from a defensive perspective.
3-0 after 3 minutes. This is interesting, to say the least.
A quick trouncing.
Let's see what happens if La Bamba are able to get yet another one, and then we'll see whether or not. That's a
nice
important save. Important save over here for BSI.
A potentially dangerous situation.
There's
for
Holmgren,
BSI.
number 10, exerting some pressure, and there's the first score by BSI.
And the first high throw to be dished by Marcel.
That is Lina right there, number 18. Lina is a Duesen. I think so. So the way you would, in these end zone situations, if that happens again, what BSI need to do is to set up a so-called clam, where they leave 2 players in the end zone, which just cover the space to the left and to the right of the isolated offensive player. That's a really efficient way to just shut it down.
Absolutely.
But if you don't realize that they are playing end zone ISO, you'll run into big trouble. Okay, so here we go. Number 7, whose name is unpronounceable.
Bala, as he's known as.
Bala Subramaniam. Say my full name by heart and you get a beer, is what he likes to say about that. Just dropping the disc over here. First potential break for BSI.
Perhaps a little too much zip on that to connect.
Speaking of zip, I'm going to take a zip
Close one there.
of this precious H2O.
Good life force.
Robert Sosak on the disc.
With the low inside break.
Low inside break. That is some quality frisbee here.
Yeah. That's a throw I personally am very used to seeing.
So
outdoors.
right now, La Bamba is still up 2 breaks, aren't they? I think. They haven't brought no one. Yeah, actually BSI brought home 1 offense now.
That's correct.
And all of the others are break points.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So far. Please.
Cucumber, all
We
of that.
get this nice,
Gracias.
nice fresh service. Nice, cool, hydrating cucumber.
So, okay. So what kind of setup we're seeing a vertical stack, so the players are lining up in this kind of condensed short line in the center of the field. That's called a vertical stack. Vertical as in aligned with the direction of play.
Multiple cuts at the same time there, giving the handler more than one look.
So La Bamba really trying to uphold the structure here. And interception. I think BSI have woken up and are making their way into this game here. Some body contact there, quickly resolved. And there's Hallgren doing all it takes. There we go. Okay, we're back to 0-0. I almost said 3-3.
Yep. That's a nice mark by Andreas there. He keeps himself very active. He doesn't just stand still. He follows the eyes of Robert, making sure wherever he's looking, he's able to take away that space.
That's right.
Yeah. That jump there might seem a little risky, but that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Not much more the mark can do.
All right. Some small technical adjustments made here. Nice inside out.
It's a little floaty.
This is great. No.
Oh, that was a nice read.
Unbelievable. That was a really good read. And then I think there was just a little bit too much excitement going on. Too much concentration on the potential next point.
Bit of a floaty hammer, but...
Next interception. We see a strong defensive play here. Lots of interceptions. The defenses are really awake.
Man, I want more information on this kid. I'd like to some conjectures about how old he is, but...
Norway's frisbee future. Oh no, it's more like Sweden's.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's those.
There goes that idea.
It's those fresh knees, though.
Dropped it. All right, here we go.
Prepared though.
So Bamba on defense.
Ooh.
Now almost intercepted. This is some proper fighting going on here. Okay.
Marcel already starting to look like he's been
options
playing.
deep. So reset it to Marcel. Here we go.
Straight up to Robert. You get a disc, and you get a disc.
I don't know how many points, not only me personally, but probably every player who's played in Norway for some time has received against BSI in this particular way.
Yeah.
So Marcel, in somehow a center-left position on the field, he's right-handed, and then just looks for the outside-in floaty forehand to the other side. They just know, it just happens.
I really like that technique because a lot of players tend to step forward when they throw their forehands, and he gives himself some space by stepping back.
It's also a break side throw usually, because right now, so along that line you will most likely see a force towards the line to make it as hard as possible to throw. So this outside-in forehand there.
Dumplet comes up
be a nice
early.
break throw.
It's a nice cut-up line.
Low, a little bit too hectic now.
Low and fast.
Low and fast.
Put a little love on that, as we say.
Marcel,
And there it is.
there we
The
go.
high. Easy to catch.
This is, I don't know.
Marcel just finding the tall guys in the end zone.
This is just pure adoption. It's almost like evolution. It's this kind of play is made for indoor.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. He puts all of his energy into defense, and then when it comes down to offense, he's so precise with his throws. He makes
Yeah.
it look casual.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
And just punch those points in. From being down, what was it? Yeah, it was 3-0. That's
Yeah.
a 5-point run.
That's a 5-point run right now.
So not only have they gotten back on
10 minutes
serve, but
played.
taken another 2 breaks with it.
On the other field, we have Ekeberg leading 7-4 against BSI. And another long throw. Is that yet another interception?
That's good defense.
Bamba are obviously not able to keep up their momentum from the start. I think what they need now desperately is a score. All right.
And he just goes it right in.
If you want to close down BSI's offense, you need to be tighter and Sazek, as he's being called by his teammates right now. Robert and Marcel, you have to be on their feet, on their toes.
Really makes you feel like there's no point in even stalling Marcel. It's stall 1 or stall 2.
Yeah.
Every single time he just...
It just takes a lot of work. and it's tiring.
I really like to see BSI here taking those only 15 seconds in between points, maybe.
Yeah.
They're in the zone of having no subs, you know? They really get in the flow of things and use it as their advantage.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably one of the disadvantages with having a big team. The advantage being you're more rested. The disadvantage is getting a flow is not as easy.
So,
okay, some call made here.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a call on the sideline. Yet.
Can't really figure out what the call was. Pick. Okay, so what happens now is they are having a short and optimally respectful discussion about what happens. They agree on a call, and then this call can be.
If you look back to the call,
this call can be accepted or not.
3 or 4 throws ago.
Okay, so they are resetting to the outside line. Okay, I couldn't really see what happened there. Long throw.
Slowly.
And Robert easily intercepts it.
Yeah. Really
I think La Bamba should stick to what they are used to, which is short passes and a take your time when you're trying to move your way up. Right now they're trying to force the points a little too much, and then you have these long floaty throws are great if you have Robert against some small person. It's not so great if you have it the other way around.
La Bamba also really could benefit from playing to their advantage of having 5 subs as opposed to just the one for BSI.
That's right.
If they take that slow, patient play, then BSI ends up getting far more tired.
All right, let's see.
7-3.
Edita is on the pitch now with the orange pants catching the disc right now. She's actually, I thought she got injured in the last game. So yeah, you can see her limping around. I don't think that's a very...
No, but she's an ultimate player, and you know how ultimate players are. They get a little injured. And
now this was interesting. I don't know if you could see it, but actually during this play, Bala was actually standing out of bounds, which he should not have, but no one called it. Ooh. All right, that's a nice interception. So right now you see Andreas Holmgren. He's taking on the challenge of guarding Robert, and this time he was.
Speaking of
bright and alert,
another potentially injured ultimate player, I know he has chronic issues with that left knee, and you see after a long run like that, he's a little cautious of it, as he should be. Patience.
Edita probably on the pitch now to give them some structure and to calm down the play.
She's a fantastic organizer.
Here we go.
And a reliable handler as well.
You can see that what I just mentioned. They're much more patient now, not looking for these long throws. Rather, yes, there you go. This is exactly what you need in times of in difficult. If you're having a difficult phase in your game, what you need to do is get those simple passes in, and they will give you confidence. And a score like that is worth to me a lot more than scoring on your first throw with a long throw, because. Everyone's involved.
Yeah,
you earn it. It's back to basics.
Yeah,
and I think in these phases, these kind of points are really important. Let's see whether they can take some momentum out of that and move forward.
Eckerberg is now up 9-5.
9-5, yeah.
In the 24th minute.
BSI had a really good game against TFK. They lost it quite clearly, but
what was the score? Do you remember?
I think 12-6. But they were not. They were.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. Classic. Okay.
Not in.
Not in.
But play the
Doesn't
patient.
have to. Yeah. Okay.
This
should be
interesting.
easy.
He's looking right for the dump throw. Smart. Nobody's moving though, and there's Robert with the fake. Just pushing into one leg towards the force side, and that's all it takes to get open with those long legs.
All right, so this is 8-4. BSI seem to have things under control now.
See again, kind of looking around Tim, another native Minnesotan.
Okay, so this is how difficult, you can see how difficult it is to defend those high throws, because basically you need to be 20 centimeters taller than your opponent in order to be able to get your arms up high enough. And you couldn't see that right now, but Robert make a really short fake run towards the other side, the closed side, and then got open on the break side.
All it took was his defender to follow him. Just commit a little bit.
Oh, that's a nice throw across the field there, and there you go.
Nice, simple.
This is again. So
score.
this shows. I like this. This really shows that you don't have to. You don't have to use overhead and long throws to score great points.
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
absolutely.
So the first crossbar. Okay, that was a scoober.
Yes.
That was a scoober. Although it wasn't a very high scoober. It was just one that made a lot of sense to reposition the play and then just a
But you see
simple forehand down the line.
that is just textbook ultimate right there. Once you get on the other side of the force, just
Yeah.
chop your way up the line.
Yeah. So we have the open and the break side.
Yeah.
Let's explain that concept.
Okay, so the open side and break side is dependent upon the defense. So essentially, typically a defense in ultimate decides a side that they are willing throws to go to, and that is where the receiver defense places themselves to try to stop the disc. If a throw goes over to the other side, like it just did there, then it gets over to the break side, the opposite side of where the defense is.
Yeah.
Once the defense has been broken, as we say, on the break side, oh, there it is again. That wasn't so much an overhead, but a fast, sharp throw.
Yeah.
Along the force side there. I mean, Robert always finds a way to get open on the open side.
Is it actually Sasek? Robert Sasek, not Sosek. Not bad.
9-5 now. It's fun to see this match being very fast-paced. 14 points in 18 minutes. That's efficient.
That's efficient, yeah.
Sometimes
Nice,
very tiring.
calm play. Now 3 handers here, different setup, and the next interception.
Nice D.
And I have an idea about what might happen soon. Center the
Patience.
disc to Robert or Marcel. There we go.
A little bit of a height mismatch there.
Yeah. Okay, they're taking
Robert's
it slow,
back.
working their way up. I think that's what they're going to continue to do.
Might as well.
Nice vertical stack now. And there we go with the long throw.
Yeah. Abusing that height mismatch as I just brought up.
This is also one thing that has to do with awareness in this situation where number 6, Liam Fredrickson, is simply not be able to not match the height. And if you see something like that, just put a high floaty throw into the end zone, and Marcel will do the rest.
It's really difficult to remedy that situation as a defense unless you're used to being able to switch midpoint or a very aware defender peeling off of the person that they're normally covering and taking the space.
Right.
There's
It's a nice pull.
almost a seemingly uniform height amongst those 3 men on simple interception.
Robert acting as if he doesn't even have the disc in his hands. One in the end zone. There we have the end zone isolation.
Yeah, and there it
we
is.
go. Just should catch it.
That's prescribed. I mean, that's a fantastic, again, textbook way to score an indoor ultimate. You throw before the cut comes.
Yep.
And then it's very hard for the defense to read. They're already a step behind.
That's right. So, and the next drop. And again, the end zone lead.
Those
Now 2 in the end zone. Okay, they're being pushed backwards. Robert with the overhead, and there we go.
That's a smart move. Open up the space, move the disc all the way back beyond
BSI
midfield.
are in the zone right now. They are. Lena has scored a number of points.
Looks like
already.
Lars is not even playing.
Lars isn't even playing.
He's just sitting on the sideline, enjoying himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure being told to make bad decisions by Håkon or something.
Right. Okay, 21 minutes played, 11-5. I think
11-6 for Eckeberg
on the
on the other BSI team.
So, and
Bit of a
floaty scuba, interesting. Okay, centering it back. There we go.
Moving it.
That's how you got to do it. I like this. This looks.
And
This is a nice point once again.
yes. It's good to see that quality ultimate.
Okay, so it appears like BSI 1 is playing Furious 5 now.
Yeah. Savage, as we call it.
So no subs.
No substitute.
This works really well for the fact that they don't get any rest. I think it's really good for flow, but it might kill them latest tomorrow.
I feel like that is the face I see most on Marcel. A little red in the face, looking tired, trying to wipe all the sweat, but his shirt's already soaked. But he'll keep going until this game's over. And Eckeberg, that's the horn for the Eckeberg BSI 2 match, being finished at 30 minutes, 12-6.
I actually think I am playing in 5 minutes.
At 13:15, yes, indeed. So maybe get Volkan to replace you or somebody else. Don't leave me alone.
All right, but I think I'll have to leave you at this place. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Marcel actually receives this time.
It's probably going to end. It's probably.
Yeah, this game only goes to 13, so but you should warm up.
All right.
All right, later, Mr. President. Mein Führer.
Am I dismissed?
Now you're just stuck with me. You see the pole go up, and if a break comes through here for BSI, then this will end the match. It's patient play, but he's desperately in need of a reset. Bala's there. Pops something up a little floatier than Andreas would have liked. Robert is taking himself out of the space. There looks like they're trying to work it through their other players. Lina is always a danger in the end zone. Again, like I said before, they're really using this this vertical space backwards, which is really, really nice. They gotta be patient. And there she is, Lina, in the end zone, 13-6, just like the Eckeberg BSI match. That is it. Lina scoring another. I think that's maybe her fourth. And that's match. Thanks so much for having me. I know you didn't really have much of a choice, but enjoy the rest of your matches. You should definitely stick around, watch the OSI matches. They're a real fantastic club with a bunch of fantastic members. Yeah, keep it up. Stay happy.